Hi everyone. Arise, shine, for your light has come. That was my first words from God this morning. And I'm going to share a little bit of a testimony, just of the challenges of getting started with this podcast. Take heart, um, and what we've been facing and working on overcoming. We know Jesus said that He's told us all of those things. He shared with the disciples, taught them for 3 years, and He shared to them that. He shared that so that we can have peace, because we're going to have challenges, we're going to have trials, sorrows, hurts, troubles, but we can take heart. He's overcome the world. And so, sure, with that said, just my journey till here, and just these challenges that might not seem so massive to anybody else, but certainly seemed like a challenge to us, to me, and to just getting started and sharing the post that I so confidently said in my introduction. I'm going to be sharing with you guys with stories and so forth. So here goes. The past 2 months, I actually start by saying, can you believe it's actually been 2 months since that introductory video? So it's been fraught with some challenges, and I've listed them just as a way of me even processing what is going on in my mind and trying to unpack what, just unscramble all the mess, um, and move forward. Um, and part of, I think I do mention in my previous video that take heart is also to take courage, and also to step into things courageously, stepping in faith, just moving forward with God. So we're still facing some of the challenges, and part of sharing today is really about taking courage and stepping out in faith, essentially. Um, the first challenge, I think, just sharing and getting the videos done and at the interviews done with some of the ladies that I wanted us to listen to and hear from them, just some of the challenges they faced as GBV winners, people that have overcome and so forth. So one of the first things was time. Time was a massive challenge. We are all working. We all have our day jobs, and getting together to do this at a time that that we can all be together and have everything available to be very, very challenging. Um, yeah, that first couple of sessions. So not so much, strangely, for the ladies that I was interviewing, but for me, um, suddenly I had scheduling issues. I was overbooked. I had and I'm specifically in my day-to-day work. Um, I had to suddenly I had to travel quite a bit. I had to I had so many projects ongoing, and finding the time to squeeze getting an interview done, filming it, was very challenging. It was challenging on my mind. So even when we could do it in the evenings, it also became an issue of I needed rest. I could not get into just interviewing somebody, getting into that space of giving them a real, authentic, a comfortable, safe um, space to be able to do that. And so that was really, really taxing on me. Um, but I managed to get a break. So, so over the festive season, getting a break and just re-looking at everything. So just at the end of this, I'll just share some of the things that we're putting in place to help us to overcome these challenges, because that's really the whole point of doing what we're doing, that there must be ways in which we overcome. So hold on, we're going to come to that. The second challenge was my daughter, who's also the editor of this show. She suddenly became a little bit ill and had to go to hospital. And it was in the time that we wanted to release the first episode. And yeah, that obviously took priority. Health is important for us. But again, just I don't know if you guys are picking up already just by the first challenge and this one, that you kind of get the sense that the engineer is lovely at work, yeah. Enjoying himself, putting us through our paces to make sure that we don't do this. But yeah, that realization also, I didn't immediately pick it up. It took me a moment or so to really get there. Challenge number 3, and this was probably one of the most challenging ones, was equipment and technical issues. So eventually we got to do the interviews. Was great. Got my first one done, got my second one done, and then yeah, it didn't work. The sound wasn't working. We had syncing issues. We had just no sound. Like on the day it seemed fine, but then when editing had to happen, it was absolutely terrible. So now, yeah, so it didn't work. And so that really, like, I think just the leading up to getting that, already the time was an issue, health was an issue, leading up to getting to the point where we now can get together, let's do this, then we do it, and then yeah, this happens. So that really threw me, and with that also the realization that the equipment isn't good enough, because I didn't have money to buy the best equipment. So that was the fourth challenge, money. It's like, oh, buying the best and seeing, just what we should be using for podcasting, for videos and support. That was a challenge. And not knowing, also the not knowing was a massive part. Like just the learning as we're going along, realizing, oh my goodness, we need to do that. We need to do this. Then another technical issue, I decided to post that intro video, and then I had to learn, forgive my ignorance, um, that I needed to have a thumbnail. I needed to have a description. I needed to, and it was just a lot of not knowing, learning as we're going along, trying to get the funds to be able to do it. But we did. So that was challenge number 4. Um, so the next challenges had to do with the psyche. I think just talking through to myself, I guess, about what does all of this mean. I was still very busy with work, not being able to redo certain things, check out the equipment effectively. It's also not even having a proper studio space. We're doing it from home. This is my bri room. Um, yeah, and so just getting getting all of that together was just like, just was such a befuddlement, I guess, in my head, trying to think clearly through everything. And then when the opportunities does come to film, to do whatever, like to get my head into the game. And so getting my back into the game was um, quite a hurdle. I think like you don't realize, like in those moments, just you need to get your mind in the right space, and you know how to do it as a Christian, right? We know that we go to God, and so of course I go to God. I pray to Him. I ask Him, like, help me, show me what to do. Like, I don't quite know how to do this. Send the right people along the way for me. Open my mind up to research at the right in the right places, the right websites. Get the right people to do recommendations, or it's just a lot. It's a lot. And so one of the things I think in deciding to not post those videos was the thought that came to mind was that, but what about our reputation, my daughter is a professional editor. I have my younger daughter who's been in sound and media and so forth, also like in the church for years. So yeah, especially even for me, there's a certain way I like to do things. And so I believe that doing things with excellence is important. And if I'm doing that in my work, how much more important is this? Like, I mean, I'm doing this for God. So I guess putting it like it's God's reputation. I don't want to do half measures for Him. So I can't put and post videos that look like that, where the sound is a little bit out, or it just it doesn't look good. The equipment is good. Whatever. All of the things that I was thinking about, and it was a lot. So reputation became a thing, and I didn't want to ruin my reputation, my daughter's reputations, and put out something for the first time that is really not at a level that is, I think, up to standard, essentially. So yeah, that. And then so my mindset was, like I said, a big one. That was challenge number 6. I really alluded to that, and working through that, almost feeling a little bit like, was all of these challenges, and I'm mentioning it now, and it might seem like it's really just a quick mention, but going through it at the time, Esther's health issues, the equipment that is failing, syncing up your times, and not being able to connect with the people when we want to connect, then to gear yourself up mentally to be able to do it. Like, those were all quite intense processes for me. I don't know how you guys would deal with that, but it's not as quickly as the flick of like the click of your fingers, or a switch on of a button, and there you go. You know that you got to rewire your mind, and then you just go. Um, but God, in his tremendous, expansive mercy and grace, has been taking me on a little journey. And so it's been incredible. The last challenge that I highlighted here is the challenge of restarting and doing the retakes. And so which is where we're at now, that we need to do the retakes. And I think one of the videos I am thinking in my mind, I'm gonna just share it. The editing has been done to the best that my daughter could, um, although she was facing the challenges of her health. So we drop everything when that happens. And that's also something we're praying for a full recovery, because we believe that God is the God of miracles, and we're not going to deny the power that comes from Him. So we'll continue to trust while healing. But yeah, she's done those edits, and she's just incredible. And so I don't want to do her a disservice, essentially, by putting out something that I think is not um, up to standard. So, if I don't like it, I can imagine that that wouldn't be something that she would find acceptable. But I moved to be obedient. And so this is where we act at the moment. When God spoke to me about doing this podcast and started giving me these, I want to say downloads, even know what to call it and so forth. It has been the most incredible journey, but it's not been a journey that just happened overnight. I mean, the first time He spoke to me about it was in 2020 when it was COVID and we couldn't move, we couldn't do much, other than, you know, post a lot of stuff online. I think online became the life of so many people. We started sharing and doing things and talking, connecting, and doing video calls and FaceTiming, all kinds of things during COVID. And at that time, I was, of the kids ministry at the church where I was serving, and one of the things that we did to get the kids going and to still get them excited for church was, of course, online church. And so we did online church, but for the kids' church, we then did story times and stuff, and we did all of that online and posted that on YouTube and so forth, so that the kiddies could be fed and they could still feel like they're having Sunday school and time with God, time with their teachers and so forth. And it's really, really taken me on a journey of getting to know a little bit about socials. And I'm not a big fan of social media. Guess I heard too much not so good things about constantly being online, this, that, and the other. So, but I mean, it's also a thing of this platforms has really gotten the word out like massively, and God will use that. And Satan tries to pervert so much, and just twisting things that God creates and allows us to create and taking it for His glory, like it's His thing, and He's not able to create things. And so just also getting that mind shift. But I think the biggest thing that this journey it's kind of taken me back, besides in 2020, and then so that was, the equipping and the training ground. And since then, just so much has happened, and that's a story for another day. I mean, even just our testimony and the loss of our business, just so much has happened since then. And I think of what God has done, like He's just been amazing. And so now, like, if I remember where I was at that time, and I started asking God a lot, like going through this podcast, this challenges, when do we post? What do we do? How do we do it? What's the best time to post? Like, there's so much information that we've had to take in and learn. But the really cool thing is, like in my time with God, in my moments where I'm talking to Him and saying to Him, this is what's happening, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to overcome this. I don't have the money to just have the most amazing equipment. I don't have the studio. I don't, have all the things that all this wonderful podcasters have. What do I do? How do I do this so that the message still goes out, and your love and mercy and still it gets displayed like that people could just see the strength of our God and how mighty He is. Like, work through me to do that, Lord. That those are the things that I asked Him to do. And the nudge has just been slowly but surely, just be obedient to me. Just follow my instructions. Listen to me. And then the next question was, okay, how? I'm still figuring out if it's my voice or your voice that I'm hearing. What is it, And then getting scriptures, oh my God, it's just like, you do know my voice. You do. You know my voice because you want to marry. And trust that voice. That voice that's telling you to go against the grain. That voice that's softly speaking to your heart, and you know that's the thing that you looked at you. And you know that the other things, I need to be perfect. Oh, I need to do it with excellence. Oh, I need Satan loves to take those things which are very godly and twist the pride. It's godly to be excellent. It's godly to give of your best. But it's crazy how he twists it, how he makes you give your best without resting. For instance, that you end up on this hamster wheel almost, just doing. Doing it for God, right? Or so the excellence part is there. It's like, that's not good enough. God is the one that's going to shape you. He's the one that will shine when you are. Well, trust me, I'm not just telling you guys that. That's for me. I had to get that reassurance from Him, that blessed assurance from Him that I do know His voice. I do. And then so listening to His voice and then doing what that voice says, His voice. And so listening to the voice was one thing, and also giving the assurance that, yes, I do know His voice, but making sure that I do. And that was getting into the Word of God. Just getting into His Word, trusting, learning about everything about obedience and disobedience and what it all entails. And then in all of that discovering, also discovered that I'm a little bit afraid of all of you and what you guys are going to think about what I put out. And in scriptures like, fear of man will prove to be a snare, but those who trust in the Lord will be kept safe. Will come to me. How merciful is He? And I mean, yesterday I wanted to do this. I wanted to do this yesterday, kind of have a little introduction to sharing about whatever. I wasn't even sure what I was going to share with you guys, but just the feeling the weight of, I need to post something. It's been 2 months. Like, what? Like, did you start something and just give up on it? I genuinely felt almost defeated. But God had other plans. And so we are moving forward. And I'm moving forward at God's pace. And so because I do not want to be conforming to the pressures, to everything of the world. I don't. And so I want to do this and give Him glory and honor. And of course, give you guys something to work towards, or something to hope for, and to be encouraged by. And so even though this is me sharing about the challenges and how I'm still working through them and how I'm realizing things about myself, like I always thought that I'm this brave, strong fighter, Lucy warrior, Lucy the Lionheart person. But in my private moments, realizing how much even that trying to be so perfect, the fear of disappointing others has become quite I didn't realize it, but that's something that I've had to face, and I'm facing it because God's on my side and He is with me, and He's overcome the world, and greater is He is in me than he that's in the world. And if God is for me, who can be against me? Woo, whoa. And so those are the things that I keep telling myself, but it's just been amazing. Understanding that how blessed I've been to be able to receive a platform, to be able to do this and to talk authentically about what we go through mentally and how we work through overcoming and just journeying with God, walking with Him every single day. Because it is about, yes, it's about the end goal and where we're going to be one day, but it's also about walking with God and allowing Him to change us. He's changing us. He's changing me. And it's amazing, and I don't want to go anywhere without Him. I want to do this with Him, because there's rest. There's rest there. There's peace there, because I'm doing it with Him, and I don't want to do it alone. So I guess that's it from me. Things started changing a couple of weeks ago because I started hearing His voice again. Even had some of my friends challenge me. And yeah, it's also good to have good friends around, good people around you that challenges you to push forward, to not withdraw and, go into your shell and try to figure things out alone. The devil likes that too. So get around people that's also close to God. It's not just people, any people. I'm talking about people that are close to God, that will help you, that will talk you through things, that will help you to readjust and that kind of just get your head in the right place again. And then, of course, getting to God's Word. I think that was like the biggest thing for me, getting into His Word. Even getting to socials, every time I'm learning something, I'm sharing it on my TikToks and so forth. So, yeah, and it's been so cool to do that, because I've been doing it because I want to be obedient to Him, and then trusting, like when He says something, this is the step of faith. Essentially, it's like, go, trust and obey. And there's just a peace about it because He's gone before you. If He's telling you these things, He's telling you to do something, He's already prepared the way for you. He's already done, is in that moment in the future. He is preparing you for the moment when you're doing it. And you've got to trust that His outcomes are the best because they are. So yeah, that's it from me. Take heart. I'm taking heart. I'm taking courage by doing this, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please tell me what you think. Like I said, I'm still playing with the thought of posting that first video, which I think I'm going to do. But share a comment, tell me what you think, and yeah, God bless you, and take heart from me. Cheers.